Today's Wednesday, February 10th, and this is PSL number 5. We're on day 3, so we're halfway through the week, and on Friday you should be ready to take a quiz over this stuff. Tomorrow we're actually doing our I-Step prep, so today's the last day you're really going to get exposure this week to the calculation stuff that you'll see on the quiz. So if you have any questions, be sure to ask. Number 1, find the volume of the cone. Be sure to use the pi button on your calculator and round to the nearest tenth. A lot of you have really gotten on board with this, but I still have a few of us who aren't quite using the tenth or the pi button. The first piece of info you would need is the equation for finding the volume of a cone. So the formula is pi r squared h divided by 3, or 1/3 pi r squared h. And I want you to really watch yourself, and we want to do pi at the very end, so that's the last thing that we're rounding. So we're just going to take numbers from over here and start plugging them in. So our radius they've given us is 3. So this one is 3 squared. And then we've got good old pi right here. I can bring down all of this divided by 3 for 1/3. And then I also need my height, which was a height of 8. So now I just do some simplification. I've got 3 times 3, which is going to create 9. And then bring down 8. Pi divided by 3. 9 times 8 is 72 pi. And then 72 divided by 3 is 24 pi. So now I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to use the pi button. When I do 24 times pi, I get 75.39 da 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 da. This number is bigger than 5, so 3 is going to go up to 4. So it becomes 75.4 centimeters. Today we're doing volume, so it's going to be cubed. Volume is cubed. Okay, let's do another one of these. Volume of a cone. So our formula is volume equals pi r squared height divided by 3. And again, saving pi for last. I know it's tempting not to, but this one's going to look a little tricky because our radius is this decimal over here. So I've got 4.7, that's squared, times my height is 8.4. I'm going to keep my times pi. And then all of that's going to be divided by 3. So let's do some simplifying. Okay, 4.7 times 4.7 is 22.09. Next I'm going to do 22.09 times 8.4. Okay, this is starting to get a little crazy. I got 185.556, and I don't want to drop any decimals yet because I don't want to do any rounding until the end. And now I'm going to divide that number by 3 before I do my multiplication. So I still haven't dropped any decimals. I ended up getting 61.852, and then we're still going to multiply this now. Our final step is to do times the pi button. When we get this, we're going to look at the first 2 decimal places. So I get 194.31. So because this is not 5 or higher, we're just going to keep it as 194.3. And then we are in centimeters because we're doing volume. It's going to be cubic centimeters. And that is our answer, 194.3 cubic centimeters. Okay, our last problem is find the volume of this figure. This is called a composite figure because we have 2 different figures that we're going to be finding the volume of, and then we're going to be adding them together. So the first is this cube on the bottom, and then the second one is going to be this pyramid that's up here on the top. So we're going to have to do two pieces. So let's start by looking at our cube, which is our base. To find the volume of a prism, we're just going to do length times width times height. So we're going to do 16 times 8 times 14. So that's going to just be, put in the calculator and crunch it out, we get 1792 cubic centimeters, and that's just for the cube. So that's our first one. Next we need to do the volume of the pyramid. So the formula for our pyramid is going to be length times width times height, but then we're going to divide by 3. So we need to pull out our length, we could call 16, our width is 8, and our height of our pyramid is 15. But then we're going to divide by 3. So put that into your calculator. You get 1920 on top, divide that by 3, and we get 640 cubic centimeters for our pyramid. So now to get the total volume of this whole figure, we're just going to add the two of these together. So our 1792 plus 640, which is going to give us a grand total of 2,432 cubic centimeters to fill that entire figure.